everyone, welcome to the final regular season episode of the PCBC. This is episode 14 already this season. Man, this season's gone by really fast, let me tell you. Hard to believe we're already at game number 28 of the season. It's just funny, it felt like when I first started doing this, we were only halfway into the season. So hard to believe we're already there. For those who may not know, I'm your judge, Noah Sipper, and this is the office of the Pennsylvania College basketball court. All right, we got a lot to go through and not a lot of time, so let's get started. But wait, what did you say? You have news for me, Todd? Really? What is it? Oh, you got news for me too, buddy? Okay. All right, we have breaking news, it seems. We're going to my brother's home state, good old Ohio. Let's see what's up there. Never gets old listening to that theme song every time. But we do have breaking news. It is out of South Euclid, Ohio, a school that I'm actually pretty familiar with. NDC, also known as Notre Dame College of Ohio, is unfortunately shutting its doors after after being a college for over 100 years. Will be closing its doors after the conclusion of the spring 2024 semester. What does this mean? Well, it's unfortunate that one of the MEC schools, the Mountain East Conference schools, is losing a team when they're already gaining a team in the upcoming season in Point Park University, located in downtown Pittsburgh. That unfortunately, that Pittsburgh-Cleveland rivalry may be just a pipe dream. But we'll see what happens. So we go back down to 11 teams in the MEC, with Point Park entering and Notre Dame College closing its doors after the conclusion of this semester. So what does this mean? Well, we're going to have to see what happens in the Mountain East Conference if they decide to add a 12th team to the conference, or they just stick with 11 and go from there. Anyways, that's the breaking news so far. Let's look at the recap from Wednesday night's performance on the 1 hour and 45 minute journey down to California, Pennsylvania. And man, I really thought IUP was going to win this game. I really did. This was a close game from start to finish. IUP was down by, I think, as many as like 10, and they just kept fighting back. Unfortunately, though, they just fell a bit short. Not good news. So let's look at their recap from this game. In the first half, Cal led 39-33. IUP shot 33% from the floor, 11-33. They shot 7 of 16 from three-point range, and only 4 of 6 from the free throw line. First half for Cal, 17 of 36 from the floor, 47%. Only 2 of 13 from three-point range, 15.4%, and 3 of 6 from the free throw line, 50%. In the second half, Cal had a 1-point advantage, 36-35. IUP shot 14 of 30, 46% from the floor, 37.5% from 3 of 8 overall in that category, and then 4 of 7 from the free throw line. So not a good free throw shooting day for IUP, but you know what? Whatever happens. Cal, they shot only 36% from the floor in the second half, 25% from 3, and 64.3% from the free throw line. Overall, IUP shot 39.7% from the floor, 25 of 63, 10 of 24 from 3, 41.7%, and only 8 of 13 from the free throw line, 61.5%. Cal only shot 42% from the floor in this game, 29 of 69 overall. They shot an abysmal 5 of 25 for a team that was ranked in the top 7 in three-point range. You would think that's kind of interesting to see them only shoot 20% from the three-point line. And they only shot 12 of 20 from the free throw line, 60%. So that was kind of interesting. Top scorer again was, of course, Garvin Clark, the guy who is actually from the home of Notre Dame College, Euclid, Ohio. Shot 11 of 30 in this game. Only 1 out of 10 from the three-point line. 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists with 1 steal. Porterfield, again, had a rough night going up against, I think his name's Bryce. Yeah, Bryson Lucas and Keith Powell III. Only limited Ethan Porterfield to 12 points in 36 minutes, 7 rebounds, and shot 5 of 10 from the floor and 1 of 2 from 3. Bryce Radford hit 2 out of 4 three-point attempts, hit both his free throws, 2-4 from the floor, 2 rebounds, 8 points overall. KJ Rhodes hit both his field goal attempts, which were 3-pointers. 6 points for him in 29 minutes, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. I feel like KJ Rhodes is such like a 40% three-point rate. Like they've been leaving him wide open this year from three-point range. He's shooting 52% from 3. That's crazy to think. 61% from the floor and 52% from 3. So, kind of crazy if you think about it. And then Jalen Stewart, 6 minutes, 2 of 9 from the floor. He hit both his 3-point attempts, which were early in the game, then missed his last 7 shots, but had 4 rebounds and 1 assist. Josh Pudno, 25 minutes, 2 of 6 from the floor, 2 of 5 from 3, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 9 points, 8 rebounds for Josh Pudno, so pretty impressive. Demir Brooks, 1 of 2 from the floor, missed his only free throw attempt, 2 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 1 steal. Sartford played in only 3 minutes, had 1 rebound, and had 1 personal foul, 2 turnovers. KJ McClurg is probably going to win the PSAC West Athlete of the Year. Unfortunately, as much as I really don't want to say that, this game could have most likely cemented that case. 19 points, 8 of 16 from the floor. And again, he's been ice cold from three-point range. He's in Steph Curry's postseason playoff mode when he actually collapses. 1 of 6 from the from three-point range and 50% from the freaking free throw line. That's crazy. And only 5 boards and 1 assist. So not a terrible game, but not what we've been expecting from him this season. Donald Whitehead Jr., 18 points. He was really cold in the second half. 8 of 15 from the floor, 2 of 6 from 3, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. Jermaine Hall Jr. had a double-double, 13 points, 12 boards, 3 assists, 4 of 14 from the floor. Bryson Lucas, 3 of 3 from the floor, 8 points, 1 rebound. Grandpa Zion Collins shot 2 of 12 from the floor and missed all 4 of his 3-point field goal attempts. 6 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. And then Keith Powell III, 2 steals, 11 points in 24 minutes off the bench with 3 rebounds, 4 of 9 from the floor. Turnovers, Cal only had 6 turnovers in this game, 9 steals. IEP had 15 turnovers in this game and only 2 steals, 3 blocks. Rebounding, 42 to... IEP actually won that category, 45 to 42, so really impressive. Cal advances. They clinched the 2 seed. Gannon has officially clinched the 1 seed, so the top 2 seeds are automatically clinched. We'll get to those seedings in a moment because it's going to probably take me about 5 minutes to figure out how the seedings will work. IEP drops to 16 and 11, 13 and 8. We'll explain where they're at the moment. 7 and 1 on Wednesday again. The only loss was against IEP. SRU, excuse me, SRU beating Edinburgh by 17, 90 to 73. Cal winning IEP by 7. Mercier's barely beating Clarion by 4 points. Seton Hill beating Pitt Johnstown to conclude. Seton Hill 17-point win. Pitt Johnstown's season concludes. Westchester losing to Millersville by 5 points in a really close matchup. Lock Haven winning on the road at Bloomsburg by 23. East Stroudsburg beating Kutztown by 17. And then Shepherd beating Shippensburg by 8. Shippensburg's season has also concluded. So another good performance overall. So that's done for the day. While we take a short break, before we get to the matchups there, I'm going to just give you a recap from the CIAA men's basketball tournament. We are now into the semifinals. The first matchup today at 2 o'clock, Lincoln taking on Claflin. And then at 8 o'clock, the 1 seed in the South, Fayetteville State, taking on the 2 seed in the North, Virginia Union. In the first matchup, Lincoln is the 1 seed in North, Claflin, 2 seed in the South. Recaps from Wednesday's games for those matchups. Starting off with Virginia State, let's start with Bluefield State. Bluefield State, man, Cinderella story potentially. Not the case. But Bluefield State, they beat Winston-Salem State in overtime. They beat the defending CIAA tournament champions in the quarterfinals. 12-10 game, Virginia State beating Johnson C. Smith 66-56. And Johnson C. Smith was on a 15-0 run to start this game. So crazy how bad of a collapse they had. The 6:40 game, first seed in the South, Fayetteville State beating Bowie State, the 4 seed in the North, by 24. And then Lincoln, the 1 seed in the North, the Lions beating the Vikings of Elizabeth City State, who were the 5 seed in the North, 76-62. Lincoln and Fayetteville State had already qualified with those wins. Both 1 seeds automatically advanced to the semifinals. Virginia State had to play a second quarterfinals game, and then Bluefield State also as well. The 2 o'clock game yesterday was 2 seed in the South, Claflin beating the 3 seed in the North, Virginia State, 75-69. What's up, Ryan? Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. It's going to be a exciting day. We'll see what happens. 2 seed in the North, Virginia Union, taking on the 6 seed in the North, the Cinderella story in Bluefield State. Unfortunately, that Cinderella story hit midnight for them. Virginia Union beating them 61-55. So Bluefield State played a really close game with Virginia Union. And that gets us to our final 4 matchups, as I mentioned. 1 seed in the North, Lincoln, PA. The Lions taking on the 2 seed in the 2 seed in the South, Claflin, at 2 o'clock. And then the 1 seed later tonight at 8 p.m., the 1 seed in the South, Fayetteville State Broncos, taking on the 2 seed in the North, Virginia Union, at 8 p.m. So we'll probably go over that on Monday. Got 3 or 4 episodes to film next week. At least 3, I know that. But maybe a 4th one. We'll see. Time will tell. Let's look at the standings. Yeah, let's get this over with because this is going to get interesting really fast. In the East, we still have a 3-way race in the East with 1 game left in the season. I know. Leading that pack is Millersville, who's 18-3 in conference play and having their best regular season in the PSAC in program history with that record 18 wins. Could be 19 tomorrow. They're 23-4 overall record-wise on the season. East Stroudsburg is still remaining in that list at second. 17-4 in conference play, 23-4 overall. Lock Haven is 17-4 conference play, 19-7 overall. Westchester automatically had clinched the 4 seed, 14-7 in conference play, 17-10 overall. They'll face Shepherd on Monday, who's the 5 seed, 12-14 overall on the season, 9-12 in conference play. And Mansfield will have to wait to see who they face. It could be Millersville, could be Stroudsburg, could be Lock Haven. We don't know. Only time will tell. But they are automatically in. They're 8-18 on the season, 6-15 in conference play. Shippensburg finishes in 7th for the time being, 4-18 in conference play this season, 8-20 this year. Just a complete and utter disaster of a year for them. Bloomsburg still remains in 8th at 5-22 with a 3-18 record in conference play. Kutztown is still dead last, 4-23 on the season, and 3-18 in conference play. In the West, things got even more interesting than they thought would happen. Gannon officially clinched the 1 seed with a 19-2 record in conference play and 25-2 overall in the season. Congratulations to Jordan Fee on this unbelievable season they've had this year. I mean, who would have thought that they were going to be a top 5 team in the nation and a contender to potentially make a deep run into the NCAA March Madness tournament for Division II? they could be a dark horse for to be a national championship contender. Time will tell. Cal, the 2 seed in this, officially clinches the 2 seed in the West, which wasn't surprising. We already knew that. 24-3 on the season, 18-3 in conference play. Unfortunately, with the IUP loss, that gives SRU 3rd place in the West, because although both teams lost to Gannon, someone beat Cal. Wasn't IUP, I can tell you that. It was SRU. In their when Cal had their abysmal 24% shooting day from the floor, their abysmal game they had against SRU. SRU overtakes IUP as the 3 seed for the time being. They're 13-8 in conference play with a 15-12 record overall. IUP drops to 4 with their 3-game losing streak. They're now 16-11 on the season, 13-8 in conference play. Seton Hill, 16-11, 11-10 in conference play. And then Mercier's as the 6th seed, 14-15 with a 10-11 record in conference play. Edinburgh, 7-20, 6-15 in conference play. Clarion, 7-20, 5-16. And Pitt Johnstown concludes their season with a 4-18 record in conference play and a record of 6-22. So kind of unfortunate. 2 really good playoff teams last year both had 20 lost seasons on their resume. That's unfortunate. We get to senior day, boys. Now, I'm doing this in order of least important game to the most important game. These games are listed from 8 to 1 on my category. At number 8, we go with Kutztown at Shepherd. Kutztown, 4-23. I mean, both teams have a losing record. Shepherd already clinching the 5 seed, 9-12 in conference play, 12-14 on the season. Kutztown, a loss would guarantee them the worst record in the PSAC, which was held by Bloomsburg last year. So we'll see what happens there. Number 7, Bloomsburg versus Westchester. Bloomsburg, also a basement team, 5-22 on the season, 3-18 in conference play. Taking on Westchester, who's automatically clinched the 4 seed. They're they are 17-10 and 14-7 in conference play. So this game basically means nothing to any of these teams. 6, Cal at Edinburgh. Again, this game means nothing. Cal already clinched a 2 seed. I wouldn't be surprised. If I'm Danny Sankum, I would rest KJ McClurg. I would rest him for the quarterfinals. That's just me, though. Hey, you never know. Maybe they'll do something. Edinburgh, this game means also nothing to them. I mean, it's going to be, last game for Bernie Blunt and Jack Gallagher. So it's crazy to see those 2 go. Number 5, now this is where games get really into the seeding-wise, kind of. We got Gannon versus Seton Hill. Seton Hill is the 5. Gannon, this game, again, means nothing. They clinched the 1 seed. I would rest Joshua Mahaffo. I would give your starters the day off. Let them rest for their matchup on Wednesday. Seton Hill, this game means importance to them. A win would get them the 5 seed no matter what. Or a loss from Mercyhurst would also give them the 5 seed. But if they lose, we'll talk about what happens if they lose here in just a moment. Number 4, Mansfield versus East Stroudsburg. I don't think East Stroudsburg at this point can get the 1 seed, but they still could get the 2 seed depending on what happens. They might be a 3 seed because Millersville owns that. I think Millersville has tiebreaker over East Stroudsburg. Might be wrong now. Actually, I think they do. So East Stroudsburg will most likely be 3 unless something crazy happens. Or they will be the 2 seed. They'll be the 2 seed, barring the game we'll talk about momentarily. About Seton Hill, we'd go with number 3. The number 3 game on my list, SRU versus Mercyhurst. This is where games get really interesting now. SRU can clinch the 3 seed with the win. If they lose, we'll get to that in a moment. Mercyhurst, if they beat SRU and Seton Hill loses to Gannon, Mercyhurst jumps Seton Hill with a record. Mercyhurst would jump as the 5 seed. Seton Hill would drop to 6. But if Mercyhurst loses, Seton Hill, no matter what, automatically gets the 5 seed. SRU win, 3 seed. Lose, well, at number 2, I got Clarion and IUP. Again, Clarion, this game means nothing to them at this point. They're basically playing for nothing. IUP, on their senior day, needs a win and an SRU loss to get back into the 3 seed in the PSAC West. A loss, they're the 4 seed. A win and an SRU win means that IUP would still be the 4 seed, SRU would get the 3 seed. So for IUP fans, we're hoping tomorrow that Mercyhurst can beat SRU, and IUP will fit. IUP fans are hoping that if they want the 3 seed, they have to hope Mercyhurst beats SRU. But if we face Seton Hill, I'm fine with that too. That's okay. SRU would have to go. Mercyhurst would have to face SRU again for the 3rd time this season. But we'll see what happens there. But really, there was only one clear game that means basically a lot in this seeding-wise. That's the number 1 game on my list. Millersville and Lock Haven. This is the biggest matchup, most likely of the regular season so far in terms of playoff scenarios. It comes down to 2 scenarios. Millersville wins. They secure the 1 seed. East Stroudsburg secures the 2 seed. And Lock Haven secures the 3 seed. If Lock Haven wins, they would secure they would go from 3rd to 1st. They would clinch. If Lock Haven wins, they would get the 1 seed, jump both East Stroudsburg and Millersville because Lock Haven would own the tiebreaker against Millersville because East Stroudsburg got beat by Lock Haven both times this season. Millersville only went 1-1 against them. Lock Haven went 2-0 against East Stroudsburg. So they would own the tiebreaker. And if that happens, Lock Haven would earn the 1 seed, Millersville would get the 2 seed, and East Stroudsburg would get the 3 seed. Pretty simple enough. Lock Haven wins, 3rd to 1st. Millersville 2nd, East Stroudsburg 3rd. Millersville wins, Millersville 1, East Stroudsburg 2, Lock Haven 3. Lock Haven would face Shepherd. And in the first matchup, first scenario, if Lock Haven wins, East Stroudsburg faces Mansfield. So that's pretty much it for how the rankings will go for that. So that means a lot. Let's talk about the preview for tomorrow's matchup. IEP on their senior day with a 16-11 record overall, 13-8 in conference play on a 3-game losing streak, 4th in the PSAC West, coming off a 7-point loss at Cal at the Convocation Center. Taking on Clarion, who's on a 5-game losing streak, 7-20 overall, 5-16 in conference play. 8th in the PSAC West, coming off a 4-point loss to Mercyhurst. 182nd all-time meeting between these two programs. IEP is 123-58 all-time. The one game that they faced was in January 31st. IEP won the matchup 78-72. Key stat line for this game, IEP still has a huge streak at risk for this senior day game. IEP has won the last 25 overall matchups. I guess we could have just do this. Let's do this, boys. Let's get this over with. Right now, we haven't done the biggest dud of the day yet. Yeah, why not? Pitt Johnstown. Congratulations. Congrats. A rebuilding team, man. 6-22. Who would have thought they would have been that bad this season? But they are going to be a candidate for the biggest dud of the year. We got Kutztown, which I'm going to go with the 3 candidates, 4 candidates to bottom 2 teams. Kutztown and Bloomsburg. And I'm going to go with, bless you, Pete. And in the West, we're going to go with Pitt Johnstown. Actually, no, we really got 3 teams. Shippensburg. I'm going to go say Shippensburg and Pitt Johnstown are right now the top 2. I might throw in a 3rd wildcard team there. We'll see what happens when I go to my annual awards. But meanwhile, we look at the 7 key elements. Clarion has the advantage on offense, 73.8 points per game, ranked 12th. IEP now in the bottom 3 in this category. It's 71.8 points per game. Defensively, IEP is allowing 10 less points per game than Clarion is. IEP 69.3 points per game, ranked 3rd. Clarion 79.3 points per game, ranked 11th. Field goal percentage, it's really close. Clarion, 43.9%. 14th, IP, 43.5%. 15th, three-point field goal percentage, IP, 34%, ranked 10th. Clarion, 33.2%, ranked 12th. Field goal free throw percentage, Clarion, 68.7%, ranked 14th. IEP, dead last, 65.8. Rebounds, Clarion, 37.7 per game, 6th. IEP, 37, ranked 9th. Assist to turnover ratio, IEP has the advantage, 1.22 assists per turnover. That's ranked 3rd now. And Clarion, 14th in that category at 0.86. Again, win in an SRU loss secures a 3 seed for IEP. A loss to Clarion or a win from SRU would secure IEP the 4 seed, and SRU would take over the 3 seed. Top 3 players from Clarion. Cam Kearney is their number 1 scorer still, 16.6 points per game. That's ranked 15th. 24th in rebounds at 5.7. 43.6% from the floor and 35.1% from 3. Steve Kelly playing in his final game for Clarion. 11.4 points per game, 3.8 rebounds, 43.1% from the floor, 31.6% from 3. Last player, Gavin Coate. 10.8 points per game, 1.6 rebounds, 44.4% from the floor, and 45.2% from 3. IEP's top 3 is led by two of the 3 guys that are seniors, and another 2 I'll talk about momentarily. Ethan Porterfield leads the way he's 5th in scoring at 19.2 points per game. 3rd in rebounds at 8.7, 48% from the floor, and 38.6% from 3. Garvin Clark, 6th in the conference at 18.8 points per game, 6th in rebounds at 7.6, 42.7% from the floor, and 27.1% from 3. And the other senior on this list is Bryce Radford, 11.9 points per game, 1.1 rebounds, shooting 39.6% from the floor and 39.1% from 3. The other 2 guys that are on the list that I didn't write their stats for, but still I'm going to mention them. KJ Rhodes, I thought he had another year of eligibility, but I guess not the case. So KJ Rhodes will be playing in his last game, not last home game yet, but he's a part of the senior day party. And then, of course, the Italian Stallion, Josh Pudno, also a senior. So crazy to believe that their careers are coming to an end soon, and we're talking about four very good players, and 3 of them being part of multiple PSAC conference championship teams in the last couple years. Keys of the game. Number 1, make it 26. 25 is nice, but why not 26? It'd be pretty cool to see that. Number 2, win it for the seniors. It'd be nice to see them win on their special day. It's going to be awesome to see these guys one last time. Most likely will not be there on Monday because of my girlfriend and I's 1-year anniversary. So tomorrow will be it for me. And seeing Ethan Porterfield, KJ Rhodes, Josh Pudno, and Bryce Radford play at KCAC one last time. I'll still probably keep updated with the game on Monday. But yeah, this is it. I can't believe it's already here. So hopefully they'll win. Number 3, enter the PSAC tournament on a high note. 3-game losing streak right now. A win can get the momentum that they need for the upcoming tournament game that's coming up in 3 days from now on Monday. We'll see what happens. Hopefully IEP will, get a win for these guys. They've worked really hard. They've been so dedicated to this program, so we'll see what happens there. Predictions for the matchups. Wow, I can't even believe I didn't write. Wow, I had 1 out of 8. Wow, I'm on a roll today, guys. Kutztown at Shepherd. I'm picking Shepherd. Millersville, Lock Haven. I'm going to pick with my boy Todd Johnson's school, his alumni in Lock Haven. I think Lock Haven has the potential to be something special this year in the PSAC tournament in the East. It's going to be interesting in the East. Bloomsburg at Westchester. I'm going to pick Westchester. Mansfield at East Stroudsburg. Picking East Stroudsburg. SRU at Mercyhurst. I'm picking SRU, but I want Mercyhurst to win, if that makes sense. So I'm rooting for Mercyhurst, but my predictions, I'm picking SRU. Gannon at Seton Hill. I'm picking Gannon. It'd be nice to see Seton Hill win. Cal and Edinburgh. I don't care. Still picking Cal. Clarion and IEP. Clarion, if you look at the key elements again, they have 4 out of 7 boxes filled. This still does not mean nothing because Clarion's going to lose no matter what because Clarion sucks. As much as I love my girlfriend and she could care less about Clarion basketball, I am for sure picking IEP in this game. And they're going to get this win for these seniors. It's going to be awesome to see them. It's going to be hard, man. It's been emotional because I've known these guys for 5 years now, for 4 or 5 years now, besides Josh and this being first year. It's just hard to believe that the ride's almost over for these guys. I can't believe we're already almost there. It's hard to believe that the season's almost over. With that being said, that concludes episode 14. We will hope you guys will join me for my 3 episodes minimum on starting with Monday. We'll look at the recap from tomorrow's matchup. At the beginning of the opening round of the PSAC tournament. Just trying to think. Nope, that's pretty much it. Tomorrow will be the final day of the prediction standings records. Overall, this season did really well, and especially in the second half. After the first Gannon loss, when I wore the Steelers jersey, my girlfriend forced me to wear it because I did not do better than her that day. 95-18 that's about an 841 correction percent. 84.1% of the games I got correct. The overall going into tomorrow, 134-41 on the season. That's 76.6% of the games I've predicted were correct. So we'll see what happens. Again, we'll see you guys on Monday for the first of 3 or 4 episodes of the PCBC PSAC Tournament Edition. Thank you guys for joining. I'll see you guys Monday, and hopefully our boys will get a win on Senior Day.